As a kid, I couldn't solve a Rubik's Cube. No matter how hard I tried, it would always end up more scrambled than when I started. Many things have changed since then, others haven't. And one thing that has stayed the same is that I still can't complete a Rubik's Cube. But that changes today. I'm going to avenge my younger self by solving a Rubik's Cube in under a minute. But there's one problem. I don't know how to solve this. I need to get some practice. Also, I'm trying to become the top 1% in everything that I try. But when it comes to this challenge, there's no actual statistics on how many people can complete a Rubik's Cube in under a minute. So I'm gonna try and bridge that gap of uncertainty by only giving myself 7 days to complete this challenge. I started with trying to solve it intuitively, which didn't go very well. And while I still felt very confident that I'd be able to do this, I definitely needed some help. So I watched this video, link in description, at least 5 times. And while I struggled, I was able to get my first solve relatively quickly. 2 hours. Then my next solve only took me 13 minutes. I was learning quite fast, but I just couldn't get that last step down. I timed these next 2 runs, and for both of them, I would get to the very end and wouldn't be able to complete the cube on my own. But regardless, I was still making progress, getting to the final steps in half the time. But I haven't been able to finish the cube by myself, so I went back to studying, and for the entire next day, I was practicing whenever and wherever I could. And then when I felt ready, I did a few timed runs to see where I was at. And for these solves, I'm using the layer by layer method, which goes in order of solving the white cross, completing the corners of the first layer, getting the edge pieces of the second layer, completing the top yellow cross, aligning the sides of the top layer, and then finally solving the corners. And if you guys are enjoying the video, it'd mean a lot to me if you could subscribe. Thanks. A 3-minute time. I'm 1 step closer to avenging my younger self, but I could do better. My goal for right now is to get a sub 2-minute time, and tomorrow I'd like to get a sub 1 minute 30. But for right now, I'm struggling to get under 3 minutes. But honestly, this was a good sign, because during this run, I was super distracted and got lost multiple times during a solve. So on this next one, I made it a point to be fully focused the entire time. And in blocking out all the distractions, I was able to get my best run by far. With a time of 2 minutes and 3 seconds, I was so close to completing my goal for today. And so I kept trying, run after run, getting some good runs and some bad runs. But no matter how hard I tried, I wasn't able to get a sub 2-minute run. Despite my best efforts, I couldn't complete my goal of getting sub 2 minutes. But I still learned a lot, and with an average time of 2 minutes and 28 seconds, I was confident that I could beat that milestone with just a little bit more practice. So I got back to work, and I watched that same video for the 50th time. And after that practice, I was feeling good, so I did a few more timed runs. But this time was going to be different, because on my first attempt, I destroyed my record with a time of 1 minute and 28 seconds, successfully completing yesterday's goal of sub 2 minutes, as well as what I had planned for today, a 1 minute 30. And that was immediately followed by what would become the worst run of the session, a 2 minute 20, which in a previous day would have been one of my best runs. I then followed it up with a 1:39, an incompletion, a 2:11, and a 1:37, giving us an average time of 1 minute and 51 seconds. These runs were great, and completing day 2's goal of sub 2 minutes, and what would have been my next goal of 1 minute 30, felt great knowing I was ready to move on to my main goal, a sub 1 minute run. But we're still a long ways away from that. With my best time being a minute and 28 seconds, I need to improve by about 30%, which is much easier said than done. But there's no way I'm not going to avenge my younger self. So I kept going. And with the energy of a new day and my eyes set on the goal of sub 1 minute, I got started and it was not great. But I soon caught my rhythm, getting a time of 1:36, 1:37, and then I finally got this run. A 1:11, my best time yet. I am so close to completing my goal. I can't stop now. I followed this time up with a 1:36, but after that, I was then able to do it again. Also, make sure to leave a comment on what you guys think I should do next. Alright, back to the video. 1:09, this had me so hyped up, I did another 5 or so runs, getting a 1:19, a 1:31, a 1:33, and finally a 1:19 again, giving me an average time of 1 minute and 30 seconds. Later that day, I did another 13 runs and averaged a minute and 32 seconds. I also just wanted to share this cool skip I got that allowed me to get a 1 minute and 21 second time. Oh! Yo! While I'm getting closer and closer to my goal, I'm just not there yet. So tomorrow I'm going to learn some algorithms to help me with the hardest part of the solve. And hopefully that'll give me just a little bit extra speed so I can get this challenge completed. And the part of the solve that I'm the slowest at is, well, kind of everywhere, but mainly at F2L and PLL. So on day 5, where's the thing? There it is. So on day 5, I found this video by Cuberhythms that I really liked, and I just spent like 2 hours doing this.
We can turn the corner toward the edge to pair them up. Turn the top to line up the pair with the slot, and then bring it all down.
Really exciting stuff. Whether the training was fun or not, I felt much more confident with the cube. Alright y'all, I feel real confident. I think I can get this done right now, today. So I got to it, trying to combine everything that I had learned up until now to create the perfect run, and may have spoke a little too soon, because I had the most mistakes and most incompletions than ever before. You see, that makes a lot more sense. And while there were good runs, for every good run I had an equally bad mistake. This was a really bad session that left me very disappointed and unsure about my skills. But it wasn't all bad, because I learned that I'm not using the algorithms as well as I should be. So I watched some more videos and I practiced over the next couple of days. And while doing this and a few more timed runs, I learned that for whatever reason, these algorithms just aren't sticking. Maybe I need more practice or just more time, but I'm not using them in runs. And when I do, my time suffers. So there had to be another way. But I had an idea, because in the back of my mind, I've been thinking about how if I just did the normal beginner method, except without any pauses during the solve, I think my time would be underneath a minute. I also noticed that the majority of my time loss came from the first two steps, the white cross and F2L. And after some practice, I did some timed runs just to see where I was at, and something finally happened. Okay, something big just happened. Look at that. I was feeling good, and with a time like that, I knew I was in the home stretch. I'll put the scramble I used up on screen so that 1, you can follow along if you'd like, and 2, so you know that these runs are legit. This was a good scramble. It had a good white cross setup, and I was able to get it in under 10 seconds. Then I was on to F2L, which took me a lot more seconds, but I was still able to get it around 40 seconds, which if I have a good end split, this could be the run to get me underneath a minute. But despite my best efforts, I came 3 seconds of my time. Even though I didn't get it on this run, I knew I was just 1 attempt away from completing this challenge. But unfortunately, I can't read, and I messed up the scramble on this one. But I feel like I gotta show this attempt because of what happened at the end. So I finished the first 2 layers a couple seconds faster than my last attempt. And then I stumbled a little bit, and it got completely lost mid-algorithm. Oh no, dude, I was going too hard. Wait, no, we're back. Oh, no, dude. If it wasn't for that mistake, I would have gotten it on that run. But what's important is that I remained calm. Completely clear-headed. Come on. Either way, I moved on to the next run. This was a decent scramble, allowing me to get the white cross in under 9 seconds. It's not my best start, but it's also not my worst. But I just kept making mistakes. And at this point, I had already given up on this run. I need to finish F2O right now if I want to get this time. Another 15 seconds go by and I finally finish F2O. While I was still trying, with 10 seconds left, this seemed impossible. No way! Yes! This run should not have been the one. After looking at some of my past runs, I noticed that after completing the first 2 layers and going on to the last couple of steps, it usually takes me around 20 seconds and 40 moves to then complete the cube. But in this run, it took me 7 seconds and 10 moves to complete the cube. I think I can finally sleep soundly at night, knowing that my younger self has been sufficiently avenged.